Yo, chat was good. I'm back with another video. You feel me? This is Pablo Escobar. What's the title? Pablo Escobar, the only man Pablo Escobar ever respected. Did that guy respect anybody? We gonna see. Let's find out.
Pablo Escobar wasn't a man who bowed to others. However,
That
there was one person he always treated with absolute respect. Don Fabio Ochoa Restrepo, a calm,
Ochoa.
rural-looking man, a horse lover, and someone everyone simply called Don Fabio.
Don Pablo Escobar.
Today I'm going to tell you the story of Don Fabio Ochoa, the patriarch of the Ochoa clan and the only man Pablo Escobar truly respected in his entire life. Fabio Ochoa Restrepo, or simply known as Don Fabio, was a wealthy cattle rancher from Antioquia, a successful businessman and a passionate breeder of fine Paso horses. For decades, he was well known in his region for having built his fortune through famous ranches and restaurants. But above all, he was the patriarch of the Ochoa Vasquez family. He was the father of three sons, Jorge Luis, Juan David, and Fabio Ochoa Vasquez, better known as Fabito. They were known as the Ochoa brothers.
I've heard of them
These
before.
weren't just any men, they became notorious drug traffickers and high-ranking members of the Medellín Cartel, which they founded alongside Pablo Escobar. The story of this family's involvement in the drug
Bro,
trade dates back to
I'm
the
saying
19th.
like, what is this plant that they use? Because I'm watching Narcos, right? And Cockroach, the guy that started that being the lab, his name is Cockroach. He does the same process, and I'm saying like, what they got
And
going?
high-ranking members of the
What they
Medellín
got going
Cartel,
on?
which they founded alongside Pablo Escobar. The story of this
This
family's
plant right here.
involvement in the drug trade dates back to the 1970s, during the rise of cocaine trafficking in Colombia. The Ochoa brothers and their father dove headfirst into the business with Jorge Luis Ochoa, the eldest of the siblings. He was the
Ochoa.
first to open routes into the United States and secured key contacts to ship cocaine. Later, after handling a few shipments, he brought his two younger brothers into the operation. Eventually, together with Pablo Escobar and other Paisa kingpins, they founded the Medellín Cartel in 1978,
Medellín
a criminal
Cartel.
empire that would go on to
Bro, this
control
nigga is rich
80% of
as
the world's
hell.
cocaine supply.
Oh my
It's no
days.
coincidence that Escobar...
These people are so rich, chat. Imagine someone coming to you and telling you, "Oh, Coke is what is it called? A gram is $9." And this guy's telling you, Pablo's telling you, okay, so if Coke is $9, guess how much we're gonna sell that for in Miami? Guess how much that's gonna go for in Miami? And mind you, he already had trade routes established. He already bought all the cops. Bro, I think in a day or a week, this nigga was making 500. This nigga was making millions of dollars. What the hell, bro?
appeared on Forbes' list of billionaires for 7 consecutive years. The Ochoas, second in command after Escobar, also managed to build enormous fortunes.
Of
Still, they
course.
kept up a facade of respectability thanks to
For
their
their part.
father. In the eyes of the public, they were seen as elegant horsemen, traditional landowners, and successful businessmen from
Now,
Medellin.
chat. When you see men built like this, they got money. And I'm not even glazing. I'm not. If you see them built like this, they got bread. I'm not just talking. They getting by. They have Father God. This is not no Father. Give me today's bread. This is. They have bread for. You understand what I'm saying? They have. Oh, Father God, give me bread like this. Nah, this niggas. They got bread. They got. They had bread. They probably still do. They got bread.
As elegant horsemen, traditional landowners, and successful businessmen from Medellin. But beneath that polished image, they were major players in the global cocaine empire.
Because this is what he loves. He loves horses, right? He loves horses, but underneath him, I mean, pushing that coke.
So what was Don Fabio's relationship with Pablo Escobar like? You could say Don Fabio was
Like a
almost a father
mentor,
figure
like,
to him.
yeah.
Keep in mind, Fabio Ochoa was 25 years older than Pablo. Don Fabio was a true gentleman, calm, experienced, and with a strong aura of respect.
He don't do
He
no
wasn't a
work,
young
chat.
gun chasing fame,
Like,
but an older businessman
but
who
if he
preferred
wants shit
discretion
done,
and peace. Pablo Escobar valued Don Fabio's position and experience. It's said that he treated him with genuine respect, always
wait,
calling
this is
him
real.
Don Fabio as a sign of reverence.
This is real
And
video
although he
footage.
was a key figure in the world of drug trafficking, Don Fabio never lost his composure and was never a violent man. Escobar admired his...
He was never a violent man, really. You gonna lie to me? You gonna lie to me my face like that? You know, this is Don Fabio Ochoa. It's like when you call his name in Colombia, that put chills on people get goosebumps. And you say he was not, bro. Even though he didn't move the pieces by himself, he owned the board. You understand what I'm saying?
cold intelligence and natural authority as a patriarch.
That
And he
man had
wasn't
all the
just respected by
cops.
drug lords
He
like
had
Pablo.
everybody in his
Most of
pocket.
Colombia's elite simply saw
He
him
didn't
as
have
a
to do
prosperous
nothing.
cattle rancher. That duality allowed him to operate as a shadow figure of power.
Shadow.
He supported his sons and allies, but without ever getting his hands dirty.
Chad, what did I just tell you, bro? Even though he was not on the chess board, but he was moving all the pieces.
Escobar knew it. That's why he held a special kind of respect for him.
Saludo a mis hijos, mis nietos, mis amigos y todos los caballistas en general.
Man love horses, bro.
Don Fabio represented the old-school mafia, built on family codes, discretion, and honor, a far cry from the indiscriminate violence that defined Pablo. The most curious part is that by the end of that decade, his sons were already on the FBI list of the 10 most wanted criminals, while Don Fabio was profiting from the same illicit business, quietly, without fame and without being pursued by the government. In reality, there was no evidence to incriminate
Chad,
Don Fabio.
this is how I like to move for real. You feel me? Like, I'd like to move like this. Like, nobody is looking for me. The CIA is not, they're not building a RICO case on me. But the whole time, I'm just somewhere, just give me my money. Amen.
While there was plenty against his sons. That mutual respect, because Don Fabio also had deep respect for Pablo Escobar, was solidified by the kidnapping of Marta Nieves Ochoa, Don Fabio's daughter and the youngest sister of the Ochoa
Even the
brothers.
daughter is in the business. That's one thing I love about the Colombians, bro. Bro, everybody is in the business. The grandma, the sister, the cousin, the mother, the uncle, the auntie, even the janitor. Everybody is in the business. Once you in this for life. Like they're not, everybody has a role to play. It's like a chessboard. There's a king, there's a queen, there's a rook, there's a knight, and there's bishops, and then you got pawns. The henchmen, everybody got a role to play. I think that's what I need to start doing. I need to start my pops, my mom, my little brothers and my sister. I'm gonna give them roles to start playing. It's like, yo, this is your role. Yeah, I know you're my mama, but this is what you gotta do. So we can build that generational wealth. Like, no joke.
This happened in late 1981. In November of that year, Marta
She got
Nieves was leaving
kidnapped.
her university in Medellín when she was intercepted by armed men and forced into a car. Who was behind it? A commando unit from the M19 Urban Guerrilla Group, which at the time was also seeking power. They knew that kidnapping the daughter of powerful drug traffickers could bring in a massive ransom.
You're not gonna get away
When
with
Don
this.
Fabio received the news, it's said to have been a devastating blow, especially since she was his youngest daughter.
You're not gonna
The
get away
incident
with this.
unleashed the fury of Medellín's top drug lords, including Pablo Escobar. On December 1st, 1981, just weeks after the abduction, the Ochoa brothers called for an emergency meeting in Medellín. Dozens of Colombia's drug bosses attended, along with some of the wealthiest cattle ranchers, all
Bro,
worried about the
this is
safety of their own
Narcos.
families. Each capo contributed money and armed men. In the end, they formed a private army of over 2,000 hitmen ready to rescue Marta and
2,000
let the guerrilla know
pawns.
they were messing with the wrong people. This paramilitary group was called MAS, short for Death to Kidnappers.
Death to Kidnappers.
The pressure they exerted was so overwhelming that, after 92 days in captivity, the guerrilla released Marta Neves without receiving a single peso
Like,
in ransom.
how was you gonna get away with it?
Imagine
you
the
dummy?
relief and joy Don Fabio must have felt when he got his daughter back safe and sound. Pablo Escobar, who had supported the creation of MAS, also reinforced his alliance with the Ochoa family during
This is
those
a movie,
difficult
or is this a
hours.
show?
Escobar had been there for the Ochoa family when they needed him the most. But unfortunately, as with most relationships between criminals, the relationship between Pablo Escobar and the Ochoa clan wouldn't always be smooth sailing. In 1990, President Cesar Gaviria offered a law for voluntary surrender. Basically, he promised no extradition to the United States, reduced sentences, and fair treatment for any drug trafficker who turned themselves in. Many kingpins saw it as their
do that, chat? If this thing is making that much bread, how you think they're gonna turn themselves in? It doesn't work. I don't care what you offering them. I don't care what you're offering them. This is the life that they chose. This is the life that they chose. You talking about, oh, you turn yourself in, we're gonna give you less time. They're not turning themselves in, chat. They're never doing that. I've never seen nobody, even till today. They just took down El Mencho. Bro, nobody is turning themselves in. Even to the lowest pawn in the business, they're not turning themselves in for a lesser sentence, for a pardon. They're not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So you just wasting your time. What are you talking about?
He promised no extradition to the United States, reduced sentences, and fair treatment for any drug trafficker who turned themselves in. Many kingpins saw it as their lifeline, and this is where Don Fabio once again showed his authority. According to his own daughter, as soon as the offer was made public, Don Fabio called his 3 sons and gave them a direct order. Now turn yourselves in and take responsibility for your mistakes.
What?
Without hesitation, Jorge Luis, Juan David, and Fabito obeyed their father. Think about the weight of those words. He didn't suggest it, he ordered it. And the 3 capos, who by then were internationally feared, followed that command. It's said that the Ochoa brothers, ready to pay for their crimes at their father's command, tried to convince Escobar to do the same.
None said, hell nah. Hell nah. The president said that all possibilities were being studied before less rigorous treatments for those who appeared before the court.
But Pablo flatly rejected the idea.
Bro, are you
In
crazy?
essence, Escobar was telling them he hadn't come this far just to surrender like an ordinary criminal. That response marked the definitive break between Escobar.
Honest, this is anyone who has built a legacy. It could be you built the legacy from the ground, and it could be a legit business, or it could be example Escobar. It could be the coke business. These people are not just gonna turn themselves in. They're not. This is anybody. Like, you know, even the government, the president is not gonna turn themselves in. The president is gonna wait for them to impeach him before he actually says, "Oh, I'm stepping down." Like, I don't remember any United States president that said, "Oh, I'm stepping down." Either you finish your sentence, or either you finish your term, or you get impeached, or you get killed during your term. So in Pablo Escobar's situation, first of all, he's not turning himself in. One. Another one is the guy. He's not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? He got killed during his time as a drug lord. You know what I'm saying? You either get killed doing this shit. There's no turning yourself in, chat. Is what I'm saying. You're gonna do the whole sentence. You're gonna do the whole mile. Like there's no 1 foot in, 1 foot out. There's never that. Till today, like even you understand what I'm saying? Until like you retire. I haven't seen anybody who retired. It's either you complete your sentence or you die during your time as a boss, or you get killed or you go to jail. That's it. But nobody is turning themselves in. You understand what I'm saying? It's either the highway or no way with them in this business. The highway or no, bro. Nobody's doing it.
And the Ochoa family. To Escobar, that moment felt like betrayal. The end of Don Fabio Ochoa's story was very different from that of Pablo Escobar.
He
After his
just,
son surrendered in 1991, he practically withdrew from any public controversy. He
mm,
returned to what he considered his true life:
horses.
horses, legal businesses, and family. The life he always claimed as his own,
Smart
not that of
man.
a drug trafficker.
Smart
By
man.
then, he was already
He
dealing
was
with
already
health issues related to his age,
he was already
worsened by his
rich.
weight. On February 18th, 2002, Don Fabio died at the age of 77 in his home in Envigado,
Oh,
Antioquia,
I was
due
just
to
1 year
kidney
old,
failure.
chat.
He died the same way he lived much of his life, dedicated to breeding fine Paso horses.
Hey,
He
chat.
never
This
set
how
foot
this how I
in
like to
prison,
go out,
nor
bro.
was he ever involved in any act of violence.
This is how I
What
like
is
to go
known is
out.
that he was deeply respected, even by the drug lords he associated with, a contradiction that led many to believe he was involved in illicit activities. Still, nothing was ever
Till today,
proven,
you
and
never
he was
find
never
out.
convicted by the government. What is certain is that this man was one of the most respected figures in Colombia, even by the most powerful drug lord in the world, Pablo Escobar. Thanks for watching till the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget.
Chat. Listen, I'm telling you, bro. These guys, they've been doing it since legit. And as soon as Pablo started making that money, oh my days! Chat, I think when you start making this money, it's just like there's no going back for real. Like I already know this. Like I already know this. Like